Tua to throw right away. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
22 meters. Black shot. 6. Mega. Steel. Black.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Tua sets up to pass it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The Cowboys at 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they were looking good until last week's loss took them from the ranks of the unbeaten.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was expecting this team to push the 72 Dolphins, but still, you got to take a lot of positives from this first month. If they can bounce back and move to 3-1, they'll be pretty well set up for the remainder of the season to follow.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A big play here for Dallas. 53 yards. Tua setting up shop to throw again. And this is going to be intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 22, Lance going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Lance. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
Swift will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Khalil Herbert to return it from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Now a quick throw into the hands of Jefferson. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Marr on for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 30-yard line. 47 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. They run it again with Kamara. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's the first carry for Khalil Herbert. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 3rd down, here's Kamara. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
On 2nd down, a run with Herbert. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. And it looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on 3rd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. And they'll go for it. Lance, left side here, taken in by Metcalf. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out. And the Cowboys defense is going to get him the football back. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And the Commanders are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning it into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal. If they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Kamara gets it again on 2nd down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
17.
They run. It's Kamara. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. Alvin Kamara unable to push past that yellow line. And the Cowboys defense is going to get him the football back. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And it's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take...
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Dallas Goedert, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And it's now 21-0. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. From the 10. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Let's go.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Well, Lance throws the interception, his third. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Marr now to add the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away from the 6. And it's a pretty good return here, so he'll get this up to the 29. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt, Charles, with that pick 6.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
To throw again on second down, Lance. He'll find Metcalf. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Throwing on first down is Lance. That completes it again to Metcalf. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. Throwing again on second down. Lance. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jalen Armour-Davis. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes this 35-0 now. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, look, you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Quan Williams. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. After the turnover, it's Tua. Looking for the end zone. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. He could not hang on. Second down coming up. Tua going to throw. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Julian Okwara. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. That's a step in the right direction defensively here because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, is...
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Commanders will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. So that potentially an important takeaway here in this second quarter.
Because what it does is give their offense a chance to put a drive together. They've got nothing on the scoreboard so far, so you have to think that they need something before the break. And now they have an opportunity.
And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. On 1st and 10, here's Lance. Flushed out right. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Excellent work there by Lance as he scrambles for the first down. Here's Lance. And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lance. And that's complete to the right side. It's Marshall. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Lance now on first down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. DK Metcalf as the first half is winding down. And the Commanders are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And the Commanders are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. Takes it at the 7. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 20.
And my goodness, another interception. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
Partner, I see you reaching for the white flag. Put it down. I don't want you throwing it, but I understand why. Because if you do, you're hoping they might actually stop this game because we're in blowout territory right now. That interception just surrendered any momentum they built up in the locker room during halftime. So, game plan, it's in the garbage. Time to try something new in this one.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, we'd have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Play action, now it's Tua. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. DJ Chark, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this third quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. From the end zone, here comes Herbert. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 90 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Ready?
On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Ready?
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Again, it's Kamara. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
On second down, Kamara. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
Ready?
Kamara up the middle. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Smash! Smash!
Here's a give to Herbert. 10 yards there. Good for a Washington 1st down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Running and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. It's his guy on the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check. A nice safe throw and a good one.
He was defended by Trayvon Merrick.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. The open man is sharp. It's complete. Touchdown!
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this out to the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the 1st half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Ready?
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
To Jefferson on the slam. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. The offense on third down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 130 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Right back to him on first down. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. On third down, here's an option play left. They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 14 yards that time, and a first down on the keeper. A give. This is Kamara. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Okay.
Here's 2nd and 10. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he has the first down as he's able to reach the ball forward and get past the line to gain. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Now Kamara. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Running with Kamara. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. As the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game.
Let's go now. Two. Check, man.
They run it again with Kamara. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
Here we go.
Desperation time here. Lance. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And now here's another interception. Carlton Davis picks it, and the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Cowboys are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile.
It's caught inside the 25. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in what...
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's a wobbler, and it's intercepted. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. From the end zone, here comes Herbert. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. On the ground, Kamara. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Kamara, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Trying the left side with Kamara. And he powers his way up past the 30. And as this defense walks up.
Every time I do it, I just have to do it beautiful. I can't let this